Take your good ideas, talk to your friends, neighbors, and family members, and act on those ideas, and know that you will be supported by your community.
I'm here outside the new community closet where a group of gals is starting up taking donations so that people can come and take clothes for free. We're going to find out about that, where it is, how to donate, when they're open. Let's go check it out. Let's meet everybody behind the community closet.
Hi.
You are.
Hi, I'm Nadia Milani. I've been a Willmar resident for the past 6 years, and I met Hannah at the YMCA, where our kids were in swim class together.
Hi, I'm Hannah Batraz of Willmar. I'm also a tattoo artist and a yoga teacher. I met Nadia at the YMCA a year ago, and Becca around the same time.
And I'm Becca Kazimzadeh. I'm a teacher at Lakeland, and we're all moms and really good friends. And we're excited to show you about the community closet.
How did this idea come to be? Who started this?
Mostly her.
You know what? I can't take credit though, because it was all of their support and the community support as well. I couldn't have done it without everyone's support, really.
Mm-hmm. But that spark, what was it in your mind to say, hey, let's do something like this?
Honestly, it was just so many events that led up to this day. A big part of it was, the Baha'i faith, my yoga study, just service, essentially. Service is a bond that brings people together, and that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
And do you remember at what point you started thinking, hey, yeah, I want to be a part of this?
Well, I think one of the things that also connects us, and then the extended group that is also supporting this project. I mean, it's the three of us and a growing circle of friends. And one of the things that connects the core group is that every Monday night we get together and we're studying a book called Reflections on the Life of the Spirit. And we're a group of really diverse friends from many walks of life. But all of us have this shared concern to contribute to the betterment of our community, to service. And so actually one of the first quotes that we studied together in the first session of our group, it said, "The betterment of the world can be accomplished through pure and goodly deeds, through commendable and seemly conduct." And so all of our conversations every week are centered on studying quotes like this that help to inspire us to know that everybody has something that they can contribute to their community that will contribute to the well-being of the community, but also to their own well-being. And this idea of mutual support and assistance, and that the more we attempt to transform our own individual lives, the more we transform our local community, and ultimately we transform the world. So I was actually away when the closet started, and I was like, hey, wait, what's going on? I'm not here. But it was so great to see this group of friends, just so inspired by this desire to be of service, to take this step and start this really meaningful, practical, impactbe project.
Yes. I remember when Hannah first started putting the seed of the idea out there, and so many of us would be like, yeah, that would be amazing. I've kind of thought of the same thing. Every time I drop my clothes off at this thrift store or whatever, I think, I just want to give these things away. I don't want them to be sold, and I don't want to go through the trouble of selling them at a garage sale or online, because my time is really precious and I just don't have the time for that. And so I think that the motivation was there because of the number of times I just wanted to donate things and give them away.
Talk about this space. How'd you find it? How'd it come to be? And tell everybody where it is.
So we're located on 1600 11th Avenue, Northeast.
Right.
It's a big black building, and it's the last garage door at the black building. You can't miss it. The space came about through connections, like most things. My boss was kind enough to let us have this space for now until we can grow and be in a better, bigger, more quaint place.
More homey.
Yeah, more homey, for sure. But right now this works.
Yeah.
So really, really grateful.
Is there certain times that you are here to take donations?
Yeah, so we kind of curate the schedule months in advance. We try to do that based off of volunteers in our friend group and around our friend group, and just, but we're always accepting more volunteers. So if you're interested, let us know.
Yeah.
We want gently used clothing and shoes. We're not really at the capability of taking anything more than that. And since that's like what would be needed most by people, we don't really have the space for stuffed animals and toys and art and things like that. But we have been taking home good donations, correct?
Yeah, and so we're trying to partner with other organizations in town too. I mean, we're conscious that we're not the only ones doing this kind of thing. There are so many really generous-hearted people in our community and really wonderful organizations that are providing similar services to the community. So like Community Basics is one of them, and they offer home goods and furnishings. So although we're not actively soliciting contributions, donations of home goods, if people by any chance drop those things off to us, we will try and shift them over to Community Basics. And we know that there are other organizations in town that are giving away like other things like diapers and wipes and those kinds of things for moms. So we're just trying to fill the need for clothes and shoes. And like Becca said, gently used. If you're not going to wear it, then we don't want it.
Inevitably, some of that may arrive here, and we were talking a bit about not just throwing those things away and the sustainability.
Well, I think, we're very conscious that this is not just a service for, families in quote unquote need, poor families. I mean, this is as much a service to those in need as it is a service to our environment. What we are not putting into the landfill is helping, to save our environment. And so if we're using it here by either redistributing it or reusing it and recycling it or repurposing it in some way, these are things that are not then taking up more space on our planet. Also, it's an economically sustainable approach. We have better things to be spending our money on than clothes and shoes for kids who are going to grow out of them in 3 months' time. So let's, swap our clothes around like we used to do in our villages, in our real communities that we had generations ago. As they say, sharing is caring. The more we share it around, the less we have to contribute towards this consumerist machine that's just churning out more and more and more and also polluting our environment.
And on top of that, this isn't, like Nadia said, this isn't just for those in need. This is for everybody. So we want anybody to donate, and also we want anybody to come and quote unquote shop. I got this from the community closet.
Hey.
I got this from the community closet.
I have yet to get anything, but I will.
Quick, check out behind you there. What do we got?
Kids' jackets.
Oh, all right. There's
Some nice ones.
yeah. And to stress, everything here is take it if you can use it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everything is free. It will never cost any money. We will never ask people to spend any money or do anything for us. There's no strings attached. It will always be free. We just ask on the way out that people let us know how many items they've taken, because we like to keep an inventory and keep the data and be able to share like how many items have been put to use.
And how many people have been served.
Yeah.
And we had some kind of practice with this the last 2 summers, right? We had we had 2 garage sales that actually some young people in our neighborhood organized. They wanted to put together a garage sale that was free. And so they, canvassed the neighborhood and neighbors donated items. And the first summer it was in my garage and it just like overflowed my garage. But so many people came through and took stuff, and it was, really well received by the neighborhood, not only by the people who received things, but also by the people who donated things. They felt really, really good about emptying their garages into my garage. And then also knowing that it was going to benefit people who could use these things. There were people who were so eager to give donations of cash. We weren't asking for it. And when they did, we were kind of at a loss for like, well, what do we do with this now? And we ended up using it to put a landscape garden in the neighborhood that would serve the neighborhood, and then also buying gift cards for the child guides at each of the elementary schools. And then the second summer, we used all that money to pay off student lunch debt that was in the elementary schools.
Yep.
That was another thing that kind of sparked this idea.
Definitely.
The summer that we did it at Miller Park in the shelter, it was kind of like, we want a permanent space for this. Why isn't this happening yet? Let's make it happen. And then a lot of time and effort went into putting all of the details together.
I also feel like our junior youth group over the years has also had a big contribution into making this happen, they actually had the idea of creating a sharing shed. They were going to paint my shed, which is this tiny little shed, and just fill it with people's things that they don't need
right,
anymore,
yes.
and like stock the shelves with like
Books and toys and clothes. And
Kind of a bigger version of the little boxes you see with
Yes,
either books or
yes,
canned goods.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
little
yeah.
free libraries, but this
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
Yes, and so unfortunately that didn't happen. You know, it gets cold, but then I think that they planted a seed when they did
Yeah.
that, because now
Yeah.
and then now they can come here and volunteer as well. So it's really special.
Now, do you have social media that keep everybody up to date on times you're open or when you're accepting donations, or how can we follow you?
Yes, we started a Facebook page or a Facebook
group?
business group called the Willmar CommUNITY Closet, and every update that we have, we will post on that Facebook group.
This month has kind of been our soft opening to just assess what the need is. It's been in like variable times and days, but you know, the more volunteers we have, the more often we can be open. And it seems like opening 2 or 3 times a week seems sufficient at this stage. I mean, maybe your promotion will put us on blast and we'll get a lot more interest.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's
I hope so.
basically when people are free to volunteer, as of right now.
What else do we need to know in closing here?
We are just so happy to see it be used. You know, it was this thing that was this idea for so long. And I remember you were here the first time that it was really open for general use, and it was like, it's happening. This vision is coming to life.
We
and
were
who knows what else
so
could happen.
excited. We were so excited to see all the people come in, and I'm like, they're shopping! They're shopping!
And community stylized with capital UNITY.
That's right. Yeah, and we really want this to belong to the community.
Yes.
This is the community's closet.
Yes.
So just come and take some clothes, some
Yes.
shoes, and bring some. And also we really hope that this inspires other people to do similar things. You know, take your good ideas, talk to your friends, neighbors, and family members, and act on those ideas, and know that you will be supported by your community. Because I mean, this could not have come about were it not for the support that we have felt as a group. We all have great ideas, but it's really hard to action those ideas.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was the support of our group that helped this idea to then be birthed into reality.
100%.
And then the support of the wider community that is sustaining it.
Yeah.
Willmar is a community of really big-hearted people.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
yeah, we just love it.
Willmar CommUNITY Closet, thank you. And good luck. Little
Thank
hint.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks.